Strange Block Beats.
gate shining bright like the dawn. Each one named for the tribes long gone. Yeah. Rubies and gold, where the faithful belong. Yeah. 12 gates of Israel standing tall, a place for the chosen, a call for us all. New Jerusalem, where the angels sing. under the Almighty's wing. A city of light, no shadow can hide. Yeah, the Lamb is the lamp, the eternal guide. Yeah. Walls of jasper, where grace abides. Yeah. Yeah. Every step closer, a promise fulfilled. Every stone whispers God's holy will. 12 gates of Israel standing tall, a place for the chosen, a call for us all. New Jerusalem, where the angels sing, heaven's home under the Almighty's wing. Oh, hear the trumpets, the saints marching. Every tear wiped, no more sin. The river of life flows crystal clear. 12 gates away, the time draws near. 12 gates of Israel standing, a place for the chosen, a call for us all. New Jerusalem, where the angels sing, heaven's home under the Almighty's wing.
Big salute, family. This your brother K. Judah, giving our praise to the Most High Yah and faith in Yahshua HaMashiach. To the beloved Israelite family worldwide, I say peace and blessings. Big salute to the beloved CUC family. Shout out to my brother Sham and the Nazarene Hebrew Institute of Technology, and all my beloved brothers and sisters in the chat. As you see the title, From Egypt to Egypt, and from Babylon to Mystery Babylon to the beast system. From Egypt to Egypt, and from Babylon to Mystery Babylon to the beast system. My whole point in this lesson, family, is to show you when we was in Egypt, it represented slavery. The same thing in America, which is spiritual Egypt. We was in Babylon. It also represented captivity too. But within that Babylonian system, the Most High spoke in prophecy through his son Yahshua that superseded Nebuchadnezzar Babylon, and even gave him a dream that in the days of these kings, Yahshua HaMashiach gonna set up his kingdom. What days of what kings? From Babylon, Nebuchadnezzar, that went way beyond his head, to the beast system. We understand that every captivity we was in represented slavery. But America, it's a different form of slavery, because we didn't lose our nationality when we was in Babylonian captivity. We didn't lose our nationality when we was in Egyptian captivity. We did not lose our nationality when we was in the Medes and Persian captivity. We did not lose our nationality when we was in the Greek captivity or in the Roman captivity. But in this new spiritual Egypt captivity, we have lost everything to predictive programming and brainwashing by the heathen. Now, I don't blame the heathen for getting us in this condition. My ancestors did this to us. I blame the heathen for forwarding the affliction. I don't blame the heathen for us getting in this captivity. I blame the heathen because he went overboard and for the affliction, and he can't stop himself now. Because their kingdom is falling. And they not going to let it go easy. So in their mind, we're going to go out with a bang. We're going to continue to forward the affliction on y'all. So not only is they disrespecting our power and our King Yahshua, that's why they continue to forward the affliction. They have no fear or regard for his people or for Yah, or for Yahshua. So I'm going to show this in this message. The different captivities, the beast system, from Egypt to Babylon, from Babylon to Mystery Babylon, to the beast system, and then Yahshua will come and gather you. So get your Bible. Get you some pen and paper. Write this down, family, and study. Please study to show yourself approved. Let's get it. The first scripture I'm going to go to is Genesis chapter 15 and verse 1. Then I'm going to tell y'all when I'm going to skip down. He told Abraham something. And we got to find out what it is. Always remember this when you read scriptures. It could be speaking of that time, and it can also go beyond that time, which is prophetic. The Bible is a prophetic book with a lot of prophecies. So he can be talking about that time, and it can also supersede that time. And I'm going to show you instances in the Bible where this can happen. Let's go to Genesis 15. I pray y'all all having a blessed day, had a blessed week. I pray for my nation. I pray for our families. I pray for us every day, family, that the Most High will continue to show us mercy, even in the days of the evil that's coming upon the earth. Genesis 15, verse 1. Let's continue to pray for each other and lift each other up, family. Genesis 15. And your brother K. Judah, go pick it up at verse 1. And it reads, after these things, the word of our Elohim came unto Abram in a vision, saying, fear not, Abram, I am thy shield and thy exceedingly great reward. Jump down to verse 13. Verse 13. And it reads, and he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. Time out. Whoa. Hold up. Hold up. When our ancestors went down to Egypt, they had some form of prosperity to where the Egyptians allowed them to live in Goshen. They did not afflict them when Joseph was not only second in command, but all that generation knew Joseph and his family when they came down to Egypt. They was not afflicted for 400 years, family. They went down and sojourned in Egypt with the Egyptians, even though they lived separately, but there was no problems. It was after Joseph died that Pharaoh who knew not Joseph rose up, and then they afflicted the children of Israel. Guess what? It wasn't 400 years. This is when the scriptures become prophetic. You got to think. Critical thinking. He said afflict them 400 years. They was not afflicted 400 years in Egypt. They just wasn't. So that means we got to do some calculations, right? That means we have to find out, because when he brought them out of Egypt, he said 430 years. Hold up, man. What you mean 430? I got to find this out. I got to do some digging. I got to get me some understanding. Verse 13 one more time, and then we're going to get this understanding. Genesis 15, verse 13 again. And he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they should afflict them 400 years. Let's go to Genesis chapter 12, verse 1 through 4. And I'm about to show you something right now, so we can get this understanding together. Let's go to Genesis chapter 12. Just back up. Genesis chapter 12. And I want y'all to write everything down that I'm about to give y'all. Genesis chapter 12 and verse 1 through 4. Genesis chapter 12 and verse 1 through 4. And it reads, Now the Elohim said unto Abram, Get thee out of thy country, and from thy kindred, and from thy father's house, unto a land that I will show thee. And I will make of thee a great nation, and I will bless thee, and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing. And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse them that curseth thee. And in thee shall all the families of the earth be blessed. So Abram departed as the Elohim have spoken unto him, and Lot went with him. And Abram was 75 years old when he departed out of Haran. Write that down. Write down 75. 75. He's 75 years old. Write this down, family. 75. Now let's go to Genesis chapter 21, verse 1 through 5. Genesis 21 and verse 1 through 5. The book of Genesis chapter 21 and verse 1 through 5. And it reads, And the Elohim visits Sarah, as he had said, and the Elohim did unto Sarah, as he had spoken. For Sarah conceived, and bare Abram a son in his old age, at the set time of which Elohim has spoken to him. And Abraham called the name of his son that was born unto him, whom Sarah bare to him, Isaac. And Abraham circumcised his son Isaac, being 8 days old, as Elohim commanded him. And Abram was 100 years old when his son Isaac was born unto him. Hold on. Hold up. I got to do some calculation. Let's open up this window real quick. Okay. Let's open up the window. Let's do some calculations real quick. Okay, here we go. He just said that Abraham left his father's house at the age of 75. But when Isaac was born, we know Abraham was 100 years old. So from 75 to 100, I got to subtract 75 to 100 and see what it give me. And we going to understand, oh, it took that time before Isaac was born. So let's do, matter of fact, let me make my screen bigger. Hold up. So everybody can see it. There we go, right there. Okay, let's go back. So he was 75 when he left his father's house, minus 100 when he had Isaac. That's 25. So from 75 to 100 years old, 25 years is between that. Write this down, 25. So from 75 to 100 is 25 years. Then Isaac was born when he was 100. Watch this though. Write down 25. We about to do something with this. Now, let's go. Watch this. Here it go. Let me get out of here. And let me open up my window again. Now, Isaac had Jacob and Esau at the age of what? Let's see. Let me open up my window again. And let's see this. This is Genesis chapter 25. And we're going to see how old was Isaac. Let me bring it in close. Here we go. This is Genesis 25 and verse 26. So we got Abraham, 75 when he left, 100 when he had Isaac. I subtracted the 75 from 100. It gave me 25. So we got 25 so far. We about to do some math. 25 so far. Okay. Genesis 25 and verse 26. And after that came out his brother I. And after that came his brother out. And his hand took hold of Esau's heel. And his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when he bare them. So Isaac was 60 years old, because 1 is 20, 2 is 40, and another score is 60. 60 years old when he bare Esau and Jacob. So far we got 25 and 60, right? So write down 25 and 60. Now let's go to Genesis 47. We got to find out how old was Jacob when he went down into Egypt. Okay. Let's go to Genesis 47. Let me get out of this. I'm going to actually read this in the Bible. So we got Genesis 47 and verse 1. Then I'm going to let y'all know when I'm going to skip down. So far right now, we got 25 and 60, right? 25 and 60. Okay. Genesis 47 and verse 1. Genesis 47 and verse 1. And it reads, Then Joseph came and told Pharaoh and said, My father and my brethren and their flocks and their herds and all that they have are come out of the land of Canaan. And behold, they are in the land of Goshen. Let me show you something. A picture speak 1,000 words, and I'm all about images and pictures because it really do speak 1,000 words. So I just want to show you this as I read this, because a picture speak 1,000 words. So here you go right here. Okay, let me read it again. Genesis 47 and verse 1, then I'm going to skip down to verse 9. Then Joseph came and told Pharaoh and said, My father and my brethren and their flocks and their herds and all that they have are come out of the land of Canaan. And behold, they are in the land of Goshen. Verse 9. And Jacob said unto Pharaoh, The day of the years of my pilgrimage are 130 years. Few and evil have the days of the years of my life been, and I have not obtained unto the days of the years of the life of my fathers in the day of their pilgrimage. So Jacob was 130 years old when what you see on the screen happened, when they left Hebron and moved into Egypt, which is the land of Goshen. I want you to look at this map very closely. They are not in the land of Egypt at this moment. You know, all this talk about where the land is. They are not in the land of Egypt at this moment, but they about to go down into the land of Egypt. Once Joseph sent for his father and all his house, 70 souls. So they went from Hebron, which is in the territory of Judah, Beersheba, and they went down to what you see in the land of Goshen. And they stayed there until all that generation died and they rose up a new Pharaoh. So far we got 25, 60, and 130. Let me go back to my calculation. Watch this. Watch this, family. Here it goes. Let me get this off the screen, because now we're about to do some more calculation. It was 25, right? Let's go 25 plus, I said 25 plus. 25 Why I keep doing subtraction? Hold up. Let's get out of that. 25 plus 60 equals 85 plus 130 when Jacob went down into Egypt is what? 215. So we got 215 so far. So from Abraham to Jacob going down to sojourn in the land of Egypt is 215 years. Now watch what the Bible about to do. Now I got to go to the book of Josephus because I got to show you something. Let's go to the book of Josephus. And I'm going to put it up on the screen for y'all. So far we got 215, right? Okay, let me get out of here. We got 215 so far. So I calculated Abraham was 75 when he left his father's house, right? 25 years in between that, he had Isaac at the age of 100. It was from 75 to 100 is 25 years. Then we took Isaac had Jacob and Esau when he was 60 years old. And Jacob went down into Egypt at the age of 130. So I took the 25, I took the 60, and I took the 130 when Jacob went down into Egypt, gave me 215. Now let me show you what Josephus say so it can all make sense to you. The Most High is talking about the whole number from Abraham to the time they was in Egypt and came out was 430 years. Make it make sense, KJ. The Bible by 2 right now. The Bible by 2 right now. Let me pull this up on the screen for y'all so you can see it. Here we go. I screenshotted this from my book, The Complete Works of Josephus. And I want you to see how this is going to line up perfectly to get our 430. Now, I didn't forget he said they should afflict them 400 years. Remember, they was not afflicted 400 years in Egypt. They just wasn't, family. How I know that? Because Joseph was second in command. So they was not afflicted no whole 400 years. So K. Judah, how long was they afflicted, brother? Because y'all remember they went down to sojourn in Egypt. They didn't go down to be afflicted in Egypt. They went down to sojourn there. And Jacob did sojourn there. Let's make this make sense. Let me open up my screen. And now I'm going to the book of Josephus, chapter 15. That X and a V is 15. This is book chapter 2. This is book 2, chapter 15. Book 2, chapter 15. And I'm going to read this for y'all from the book of Josephus. Here we go. The Complete Works of Josephus, book 2, chapter 15. How the Hebrews under the conduct of Moses left Egypt. It says, so the Hebrews went out of Egypt while the Egyptians wept and repented that they have treated them so hardly. Now they took their journey to Lapilis and placed at that time deserted, but where Babylon was built afterwards, when Cabbases laid Egypt waste. But as they went away hastily on the third day, they came to a place called Baal-Savon on the Red Sea. And when they had no food out of the land, because it was a desert, they ate of loaves knitted of flour, only warmed by a gentle heat. And this, here you go, watch this. And this for the food they made use of for 30 days. For what they brought with them out of Egypt would not suffice them any longer time. And this only while they dispense it to each person to use so much only as was served for necessity, but not for satiety. Whence it was that in memory of the want, we were then in, we kept a feast for 8 days. It's 7 days though. Y'all got to remember, this is Greek, English, and it is not 8 days. They kept the feast for 7 days. Feast of unleavened bread is for 7 days. So they did keep the feast. They got that part right, but it was not 8 days. It was 7 days, unless they include Passover, which is 1 day. And then the next day after Passover on the 15th is the Feast of Unleavened Bread. But there's neither here nor there. Let me keep going. It say, whence it is that in memory of the want we were in, we kept a feast for 8 days, which is called the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Now, the entire multitude of those that went out, including the women and children, was not easy to be numbered. But those that were of age fit for the war was 600,000. That's what the Bible say, right? 600,000 footmen. Here you go, y'all. Watch this. They left Egypt in the month Xanakis. Now, I looked this up. And I was like, hold up, man, why they put a month called Xanakis in the Josephus writings? This is a Greek word. But when I looked it up, it correlates with us keeping our feast day in April. So when I called Elder Yashaya, he told me, yes, it correlates with, us keeping our feast days around the time of April. So when I looked it up, bam, it was right there. And all you got to do is type this word in right here, Xanakis, and it's going to tell you that it correlates with the feast days that we keep around April time. Because, boy, I had to ask. I never heard of no word called Xanakis in the Bible. So they left Egypt in the month Xanakis on the 15th day of the lunar month, 430 years after our forefather Abraham came into Canaan. What they just showed y'all. They going from the time that Abraham was in Canaan to the time that Jacob went into Egypt and to the time they were slaves and came out. The whole number is 430 years. But we only have 215, KJ. So we got to get to 430, brother. Let me keep reading. They left Egypt in the month Xanakis on the 15th day of the lunar month. And lunar. This is Greek, y'all, so just bear with me. On the 15th day of the lunar month, 430 years after our forefather Abraham came into Canaan. But 215 years only after Jacob removed into Egypt. How long they was in captivity? 215 years, y'all. Because they was not always slaves in Egypt. They went down to sojourn, but they came out after 215 years. Then they came out. But the Bible say 430 years they came out. But we know that they was oppressed for 215. Let me read that again. It's right there. Abraham came into Canaan, but 215 years only after Jacob removed into Egypt. It was the 80th year of the age of Moses, and of that of Aaron 3 more years, because he was 83. They also carried out the bones of Joseph with them, as he had charged his sons to do. So now let's go back to the calculator. Let's go back to the calculator. All I gotta do is add another 215, and let's see what we get. There y'all go. There y'all go, family. The whole number is 430. They was oppressed for 215 years when they went down into Egypt, but it was after a new king rose up who knew not Joseph. Now let's go back to Galatians, because I want to show you that this, what they just said in Josephus, when he say from the time of Abraham in Canaan and to the time of Jacob went down into Egypt, which was 215 years. Because remember, he was 130 when he went down there. They lived in Goshen. They had a little prosperity. But then something happened. All that generation died, and a new king over Egypt rose up and oppressed the children of Israel. They did that for 215 years. So from Abraham, 215, from the time going down into Egypt with Jacob was 130 to all that generation dying, they was oppressed for 215. That's why the Bible say after 430 years, because it went from Canaan to Egypt. Knowledge. So what I got to do now? I got to prove that this is talking about from Abraham to after the 430 years when the promise was made to Abraham in the land of Canaan. Let's go to Galatians chapter 3. I can get out of here now. Let's go to Galatians chapter 3. Galatians chapter 3. Galatians chapter 3 and verse 16 and 17. In the book of Josephus, he said, from the time of Abraham in Canaan to the time that Jacob went down into Egypt, it was 215 years. Then they came out when Moses was 80 years old. So how long was they oppressed? 215. Galatians chapter 3. And I'm going to read verse 16 and 17. Galatians chapter 3 and verse 16 and 17. And it reads, now to Abraham and his seed was the promises made. He said, not as to seeds as of many, but as of one, and to thy seed, which is Christ. And this I say, that the covenant that was confirmed before of Elohim in Christ, the law, which was 430 years after, cannot disannul that it should make the promises of none effect. For if the inheritance be of the law, it is no more a promise. But Elohim gave it to Abraham by what? Promise. So 430 years after that, what happened? They came out of Egypt. So the promise that he made with Abraham was in the land of Canaan. And 430 years after the promise was made, that's 430 years. From Canaan to Egypt is 430. But the promise was not by the law. It was given to Abraham by promise. What law did he add it because of sin? The law of animal sacrifice came 430 years after they came out of Egypt, because our ancestor was stiff-necked and hard-headed. But it cannot disannul what he gave Abraham. So when I read Josephus, it say the same thing just now, that the promise was made to Abraham 430 years after. It cannot disannul that, what was given to him when he was in the land of Canaan. Knowledge. So now we didn't got that out the way, that it say he confirmed it before of Elohim in Christ the law, which was 430 years after, cannot disannul that it should make the promises of none effect. For if the inheritance be of the law, it is no more a promise, but Elohim gave it to Abraham by promise. So from Abraham to Isaac to Jacob going to Egypt was 215. From Jacob and them being oppressed and coming out of Egypt was 215. And the total number is 430 years. But KJ, he said they would be afflicted 400 years. This is when that prophetic talking come into effect. Did not Donald Trump sign the commemoration of the 400th year that the slaves came over here in 1619? Yes, he did. That didn't happen by accident. The Most High put it into his mind to stamp that like a signet. Hey, stamp that so they can remember and know. I ain't forgot y'all. I know y'all been there and being oppressed for over 400 years. He said they would be afflicted 400 years. They wasn't afflicted 400 years in Egypt. So what is he talking about afflicted 400 years? Now, don't get me wrong. Remember, The Bible is speaking about Egypt, but he also speaking prophetic, going way over Abraham's head. That nation he judged was Egypt. And the nation he gonna judge who had us in slavery for 400 years, he gonna judge them too. And all the other nations. Hold up. Let's go back to Genesis chapter 13. Genesis chapter 13, verse 15. Genesis chapter 15 and verse 13. This time through 16. Genesis chapter 15. Watch this, family. Genesis 15. And don't get me wrong. He is talking about Egypt that he's going to judge. But it also prophetic too. It's also prophetic. Just like when David is speaking about Christ, it go way beyond David. It's prophetic. The things that David are saying never happened to David. But David is the one writing it down in the Psalms. But Yahshua is speaking through David of a prophetic time when these things will happen to him. Not David, but himself. Knowledge now. Let's go back to Genesis 15. And this time, verse 13 through 16 this time. Because now I want to show y'all about the Amorites. The Amorites did not have us in captivity. They was in our land at the time. They are not the ones had us in captivity. They the ones who was in the land. I'm going to show you all this with proof. Genesis 15 and verse 13 through 16 this time. Genesis 15 and verse 13. And it reads, and he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed should be a stranger in the land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge. And afterward, they shall come out with great substance. This is talking about the nation that he judged at this time was Egypt. And they did come out with great substance. The nation he talking about right now in this time is Egypt. And they did come out with great substance. How we know he talking about Egypt right here? But it's also prophetic too. But how I know he talking about Egypt? Watch this. Verse 14. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge, and afterward they shall come out with great substance. And thou shalt go to thy fathers in peace. Thou shalt be buried in a good old age. But in the fourth generation, now you know he's not talking about us. We didn't pass the fourth generation. We didn't pass the fourth generation, family. He talking about the fourth generation from telling Abraham what he telling him. He's talking about they going to come back to the land of Canaan where Abraham was in the fourth generation. Verse 16 again. But in the fourth generation, they shall come hither again, for the iniquity of the Amorites is not yet full. Now, time out. I'm confused. Canaan had way more children than just the Amorites. They had the Girgashites. They had the Hivites. They had the, right here, the Amorites, the Canaanites. Why did he just mention Amorites? Was the Amorites the big dogs at that time? Was they ruling a lot of territory that belongs to the sons and daughters of the 12 tribes of Israel? Instead of me telling you, I'd rather go show you. I'd rather show you proof. We got to get this understanding, man, because something not right, bro. Let's go to Psalms 105 so I can show you this. before we deal with what the Amorites did. Let's go to Psalms 105. And it's going to prove everything the Bible been saying about when Jacob and them went down into Egypt. Psalms 105. Let's let the Bible do what it do, man. This true book that everybody be trying to despise, talking about this, man, go sit down somewhere and put yourself in time out. Don't talk no more for the rest of the day. I'm muting everything. Just be quiet. Mute. We muting you. Talk too much. Psalms 105 and verse 23 to 27. And it reads, Israel also came into Egypt, and Jacob sojourned in the land of, no, they were slaves the whole time. And Jacob sojourned in the land of Ham, and he increased his people greatly and made them stronger than their enemies. He turned their heart to hate his people, to deal subtilly with his servants. He sent Moses his servant and Aaron, whom he have chosen. They showed his signs among them and wonders in the land of Ham. The Bible called it the land of Ham. Say that again, KJ, for the people in the back. The Bible say the land of Ham. So it ain't no land of Africa. It's called the land of Ham, which is to the west. Say that again, KJ, which is to the west of the Mediterranean Sea. When they got off the boat in Mount Ararat, which was in the north, they had to go down south to get into their land, and then they turned west. This is what we call southwest. You got to go down south, Ham, to get into your land. Then you had to turn in west. It's all in the book of Jubilee. So it's called the land of Ham. All this land of Africa and all that, that's made up. God he didn't call it Africa. He said the land of Ham, which is all of Ham's children dwelling in what today is called the continent of Africa. That's all Ham's children. And you got the Israelites dwelling over there too, because they fled there in the time of Roman persecution, and also the Assyrian captivity. When the 10 tribes left Assyria, crossed back over the Euphrates and went into a further country where never mankind dwelt, which is called Assyria, which is in North Africa. Documented. Verse 27. They show his signs among them and wonders in the land of Ham. So I'm going by what y'all say, not what colonizers say. Colonizers say Africa. I call it the land of Ham. All of Ham's children, Cush, Put, Mizraim, and Canaan, Ham's children on the continent of Africa. But I call it land of Ham. Let's go to Exodus chapter 1. Because KJ, you got to show the people that when they was in Egypt, that this new Pharaoh came and he started doing our people dirty. Exodus chapter 1, verse 1 through 14. And then I got to show y'all the Amorites. After this, I'm going to show you the Amorites. Then we're going to deal with Babylon. And then the mystery Babylon, and then the beast system, which is also a part. Mystery Babylon is a part of the beast system. And Revelation 13, which is the economic part of the beast system. This is the whole system as a whole. It is not one location. It is a worldwide beast system. It's everywhere, not just in America. It's everywhere. Exodus chapter 1. And I'm going to read verse 1 through 14. Exodus chapter 1. And verse 1 through 14. And it reads, Now these are the names of the children of Israel, which came into Egypt. Every man in his household came with Jacob: Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, and Benjamin, Dan and Naphtali, Gad, and Asher. And all the souls that came out of the lines of Jacob was 70 souls. And the Dead Sea Scrolls agree with the 70 souls. Okay, not 75, it was 70. Shout out to Elder Yashia. For Joseph was in Egypt already, and Joseph died, and all his brethren, and all that generation. And the children of Israel were fruitful and increased abundantly, and multiplied, and waxed exceedingly mighty, and the land was filled with them. Now there arose up a new king over Egypt. What y'all notice? That when Joseph and them was alive, there was no problem. But when all that generation died, then the problem came. Okay? Then, man, can y'all block this person, man? I got it. Nah, man, don't be spamming the chat, man. Chill out, man. I'm trying to teach. Verse 7. And the children of Israel were fruitful and increased abundantly and multiplied, and waxed exceedingly mighty, and the land was filled with them. Now there arose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph. And he said unto his people, behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply. And it come to pass that when they fall out any war, they join also unto our enemies and fight against us, and so get them out the land. Therefore they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens. And they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom and Ramses. But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew. And they were grieved because of the children of Israel. So we know that they did afflict them in the land of Egypt. The only difference, it wasn't for the whole 400. That's all I'm saying. They was afflicted in Egypt, but not for 400 years. Because we just read that when Joseph and them died, and all that generation, there arose up a new king over Egypt. So it couldn't have been the whole 400. Because Joseph and them didn't have no problems while he was alive. It's after he died. Verse 12. But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew. And they were grieved because of the children of Israel. And the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor. And they made their lives bitter with hard bondage in mortar and in brick and all manner of service in the field and all service wherein they made them serve was with rigor, meaning hard bondage. So Most High did afflict that nation, but it's also prophetic, family. This is why Trump did the law, the 400-year commemoration of the first slaves coming to America. That's not by accident, family. The Most High is dictating and orchestrating all of this with his son Yahshua. You see what I'm saying? So the Pharaoh after Joseph and them, it's the same Pharaoh that Moses and them came when they delivered the children of Israel out of Egypt. This is a new Pharaoh. This is not the Pharaoh that was cool with Joseph and them and all the children of Israel. Even when Jacob died, all the nation, the Egyptians and Hebrews, went to mourn Jacob. They didn't have no problems. They all went to mourn Jacob. So everything was cool, even though the Egyptians was living over here. The Hebrews were living in Goshen. They was in Goshen doing their thing. The Egyptian was over here doing their thing. There was no problems. But once Pharaoh, a new king, arose, he afflicted Yah's people, and Yah didn't like it. Yahshua didn't like it. So that's when he sent Moses. But remember though, y'all, Moses at this time is one of the Hebrew children, right? So whoever this Pharaoh is, they show you in the movies that this Pharaoh had a son. Y'all remember? And evidently the Pharaoh's son and Moses is the ones that grew up together. So he must have took over after his daddy. Because Moses is a little baby when this Pharaoh is killing the Hebrew little boys. So whoever Moses, that Pharaoh that grew up with Moses, who knew Moses by name, because they grew up in the same house. That's this Pharaoh's son. So which one of these pharaohs that Moses got to talk to when the Most High put the plagues on him? Is it this man right here? The one who afflicted them? Or is it the one that grew up with Moses? Or is it this Pharaoh? These are things to think about, man, because Moses just a little baby when they getting afflicted, right? Moses not a grown man yet. The daughter of Pharaoh see Moses and say, this is one of the Hebrew babies. She already knew he was a Hebrew. She didn't think he was, she knew he was a Hebrew and still brought the boy into the house and raised Moses as an Egyptian baby, knowing he is Hebrew. And he learned all the ways of the Egyptians. Even fought as a general. The Most High did that on purpose to let Moses get equipped as a general. Very skilled. Know how to put things in order. These are things to think about when you think about the Pharaoh, because Moses is a little baby. So from the time Moses is a baby, from the time this man get 80 years old, when he went and got the children of Israel, this the same Pharaoh. Things to think about, family. That's all I'm saying. Things to think about. Let's keep going, though. So now that we didn't prove that there rose up a new Pharaoh over Egypt, and this Pharaoh was killing all the Hebrew firstborn babies. He was killing them, right? But Moses got away. He didn't get Moses, but he was killing all the Hebrew women's firstborn sons, casting them in the Nile. I mean, just throwing them in there, family. And people think the Most High was gonna let this slide. You think Yahshua gonna let this slide when this man is just taking these babies and throwing these babies in the Nile River, man? This is a murderer. Pharaoh murdered these babies. The Most High killed his firstborn. Pharaoh murdered our firstborn. Because all the Most High did to Pharaoh was give him what he was dishing out. The Most High is not a murderer. Pharaoh is. Things to think about, family. Now let's go to the Amorites. In Genesis chapter 15, he said, in the fourth generation, I'm going to bring the Israelites back to this land, the land of Canaan, which was never called the land of Canaan at first, Israel. It was called the land flowing with milk and honey. It was never called the land of Canaan. They gave it that name, meaning the Canaanites. But my question to anybody, if Canaan was supposed to go to his own land, but didn't go, which is South Africa, but they call it South Africa today, but it was called the land of Canaan in the book of Jubilees. This man didn't go to his land. He saw a land or a mountainous area called Lebanon. That's what he took. And then him and his children started occupying land that was going to be given to the 12 tribes of Israel. And the Most High didn't like that. So now I got to show y'all that they was actually dwelling in our land, meaning the Amorites, the Canaanites, the Girgashites, the Hivites, all of Canaan's children. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about. Let me show you this picture first. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about. Let me move this out the way. I did that. Okay, I did it already. Let me see. Right here. Y'all see this picture? Look what Canaan's children is dwelling at. He go to Hivites. He go to Girgashites. He go to Canaanites. He go to Amorites. He go to Jebusites. He go to Perizzites. He go to Hittites. Okay? 7 nations. Look where they dwelling at. In land that don't belong to them. This is west of the Jordan River. But I'm about to show y'all that the Ammonites was dwelling west and east of the Jordan River. Y'all ready? Let's get it right now. Let me get out of here. I just want to show y'all these are 7 nations. Greater and mightier than we, right? This land is our land. This land didn't belong to Canaan and his children. So let me show y'all what the Amorites did and where they was dwelling at. Let's get out of here. All right, here we go. Watch this. Open up the window again. And let me, hold on, no. Let me get out of here. Hold up. Okay, there we go. Here you go, family. Then I'm going to show y'all another map that's going to make all the sense in the world to y'all, man. Y'all see this? All y'all got to do is follow the scriptures. Don't follow what people say, family. Follow the scriptures. Here we go. Joshua chapter 24 and verse 8. And I brought you into the land of the Amorites. Time out. Whoa, stop. KJ? Do it look like to y'all that the Amorites that he talking about in the land of Ham right now? He said, I brought you into the land of the Amorites. But if they was in Egypt and just came out of Egypt, they're not on the continent no more. People make me laugh. Let me say that again. They left Egypt, right? They crossed over the Red Sea, which is really called the Sea of Reeds or Yam Suf. They not in Egypt no more, family. Remember, Canaan stole our land. Where are the Israelites at this time? If he just told you, and I brought you into the land of the Amorites, which dwelt on the other side of Jordan. What side of Jordan was the Amorites dwelling on? You got to show them, KJ. Let me show y'all. Joshua 28 verse 4 again. And I brought you into the land of the Amorites, which dwelt on the other side of Jordan. And they fought with you. And I gave them into your hand, that you might possess their land. And I destroyed them from before you. So let me show you a map. They are not on the continent right now. Where are they, KJ? Let me show y'all where they at. See, I use maps. I understand geography. Let me show y'all this. Show the map to him, brother. He just told y'all on the other side of Jordan. I got to find out where this at. What is the other side of Jordan? So this is what I'm going to do. I'm finna look this up and show y'all 2 different ways. So let me see. Let me get my map. Okay. Oh, hold up. Time out. Whoa. This is the other side of Jordan. Just like the Bible said, KJ. Here go the Jordan River right here. The other side of Jordan is east of the Jordan River when he say, and I gave you the land of the Amorites. This not in Egypt. This not in Ethiopia. This not in South Africa. This not in Zimbabwe and all these continent names. They are way out of Egypt on the other side of the Red Sea. And he gave them the land of the Amorites. So why are people lying to y'all, telling y'all that South Africa is Israel, Ethiopia is Jerusalem, and they're not even in the land right now, y'all. They all the way over here by the land of Moab and Edom and the Ammonites. Knowledge. You come talking to KJ, I don't want to do no talking. I just want proof of everything. I'm going to shed. Don't talk to me. Just give me proof. That's it. Here go the Amorites. They're on the other side of the Jordan. This the land that the Amorites took from the Moabites, according to Numbers chapter 21, verse 11 to 26. Show them another way, KJ. Show them another way, brother. So if he gave them the land that belonged to the Amorites, what it looked like? I got to show y'all. Oh, he did give it to him. He gave it to Reuben. Look. It's not Ammonite territory no more. Look who took over the land now. Reuben. Look at Gad at the top. Y'all see that? Look at Gad. Look. There go Gad. There go Reuben. So he did give them the land like he said. I gave you the land of the Amorites. And who did he give it to? He gave it to Reuben. How else did it look, KJ? I'm going to keep going. Watch this. I'm going to keep going until I can't go no more. Hold on. Let me go back up. I don't even know what this is in here for. They got my clothes in here. Okay, hold on. I got to look it up right quick. Hold up. Sihon. No, I'm sorry. Reuben, Gad. Right here. Let me go back. I want to show y'all again. Check this out. I don't know why it's not showing up when they say the Israelite. Hold up. So the point that I'm making is that if the Amorites was dwelling there before, right here, and then from the Amorites, he gave it to who? The children of Israel. But the land was allotted to who? Reuben. There you go. And then you got Gad, and at the top of Gad, you got Manasseh. So he did give them the land of the Amorites, just like he said, man. Let me show you who they was fighting, though. They was fighting a king by the name of Sihon, king of the Amorites, right here. Y'all see that? Look what it turned into. Israelite territory. There y'all go. See? See how the Most High word is true? He gave them the land, and they are not in Africa no more. And on the point that I make, when I say Africa, I'm talking about in the land of Ham. They're not in the land of Ham no more. They are all the way over here by their kinfolk, which is Edom, the Moabites, and the Ammonites. They are way away from the land of Ham. They came out of Egypt. They crossed the Red Sea. They went to Mount Sinai, and they had a fight with the Amalekites. And then they started having fights with the Amorites and king of Bashan called King of Og, which is also a part of the Canaanitish family. Why did this turn to Israelite territory if they all the way still on the continent? Make it make sense to me, y'all. They not even on the continent no more. And you got people talking about our land is where Ham land is. No, it's not, fam. I'm showing you right here on the map. Do you not see the Jordan River? Do you not see right here? It say the Dead Sea. Did you not know that the Jordan River emptied itself into the Dead Sea? The continent of Africa don't have a Dead Sea or a Sea of Galilee or a Jordan River. Knowledge. Go look it up right now. It don't have it. But that so-called Middle East that everybody hate, it has the Sea of Galilee, the Jordan River, and the Dead Sea. All I got to use is Google Earth. You can't manipulate Google Earth. It's right there. So this land from the Amorites turned to what you're looking at right here, Israelite territory. But this land was given to Reuben. And where did Moses die? Mount Nebo, right here. Y'all see it? Mount Nebo. This is where Moses died at. KJ, you just making up stuff. Moses ain't down no Mount Nebo. What? Hold on. Let me bag this up a little bit. They say Moses didn't down on Mount Nebo. What y'all see right here, beloved family? Moses, watch this. Watch this, family. Man, where's my picture? Moses looking west. Hold up. I got it. Here you go. What y'all see right here? Woo! Boy, y'all better leave KJ alone, boy. I'm telling you. Leave me alone. Which way is Moses looking, y'all? He on Mount Nebo. Which way he looking? Is not this man looking west? Why is he looking west, KJ? Because he's in the east side of the Jordan River looking west at the land of Canaan, but he couldn't cross over because the Most High told him, you can't go into the land. So Moses is on Mount Nebo looking west at all the land of Canaan, family. You can't make this up. Leave me alone. I'm too dangerous. Moses looking west, family. Moses looking west, family. I can't make this up. I'm just showing y'all which way he looking. Moses looking west, family. Woo. Right there it say view from Mount Nebo. That's what Moses died at in the plains of Moab. He died on Mount Nebo. He did not die in the land of Ham. I told you, I bag everything up with proof. I don't want to do no talking. So let me get out of here now. Now let me show you what else he did to the Amorites. Bible say prove everything. That's what we trying to do. We trying to prove everything. Everything. Let me get out of here. Okay, here you go. Now, what else did he do to the Amorites? We got to prove it, right? So let me go to the next scripture. This is Judges chapter 11, verse 18. Let me show y'all this one. So y'all saw it for yourself that Moses was looking west. So if Moses looking west, how they still in Ham's land, y'all? That's all I'm asking. Make it make sense to me. This is Judges chapter 11 and verse 18. Oh my God. No, it do not say that, KJ. No, it do not say that, KJ. You better stop, boy. Judges chapter 11 and verse 18. Then they went along through the wilderness and can pass the land of Edom and the land of Moab and came by the east side of the land of Moab. KJ, you better stop, boy. Because you just showed us that when the Israelites was traveling and they fought the king of the Amorites, they was east of the Jordan River, just like the Judges chapter 11, verse 18 just said. That's where they fought the Amorite king at, family. So when the Bible told you that in the fourth generation, he going to bring them back, look at all the people they fighting. These are children of Canaan. Just like the Bible said, family. So he did tell Abraham the truth, that in the fourth generation, from the time I'm telling you this, Abraham, to the fourth generation, I'm going to bring your people back to this land which Canaan took, which was Lebanon, because it was beautiful. And that's why you always hear Yahshua mention Lebanon and Bashan and Gilead. These are not places on the continent of Africa. Go look up it up. Go look up it right now and say, is Gilead, Bashan, and Lebanon on the continent of Ham's land? Watch it say no. Read that again, KJ. Judges 11, verse 18. Then they went along through the wilderness and can pass the land of Edom, that's our brother, and the land of Moab, that's our kinfolk, and came by the east side of the land of Moab, and pitched on the other side of the Arnon River, but came not within the borders of Moab, for Arnon was the border of Moab. Did I not just show them again, KJ? Man, this Bible is a cold piece of work, boy. Woo! This Bible getting me excited, man. This Bible getting me excited, boy. I'm serious. Let me show y'all the Arnon River, man, so we can see this together. We're going to see this together, man. I can't make this up, y'all. I'm not that smart. The Most High in Yahshua is very smart, though. And he said that the border of Arnon was very strong, right? Didn't he just tell us that, y'all? So let's take a look at it. Hold on. Let's take a look at it. Oh, my God. What y'all see at the bottom right there? The Arnon River. He said the border of Moab was strong. Is that not the Arnon River y'all see? Look at the bottom. He said they came not within the borders of Moab. Why? Because he told them when they came out of Egypt, I would not give you a Moab's land. Do not meddle with them. I would not give you a Edom's land. Do not meddle with them. I would not give you of the Ammonites' land. Do not meddle with them. I have given that land to Moab. But hold on, though. KJ, your God is contradicting himself, because if he say he not going to give them Moab's land, where the Israelites is dwelling at was called the plains of Moab. Time out, brother. That's why you got to slow down. Slow down. They didn't take the land from Moab. They took the land from the Amorites, who took it from Moab. Knowledge. So he didn't give them Moab land. He gave them the Amorites land that became their land, who they took it from the king of Moab. Knowledge. And it became Israelite territory. Then it went to Reuben of the 12 tribes of Israel, the Reubenites. And then above the Reubenites, the Gadites. And above the Gadites, east, the half tribe of Manasseh, east of the Jordan River. And they was dwelling in Bashan, and Gad was dwelling in Gilead. Knowledge. Here go the Arnon River, family. Just like the Bible said, they did not take the land below the Arnon River, for that border was strong. But they did take land above the Arnon River, because they took it from the Amorites. Knowledge. Boy, this Bible getting me excited, boy. Now I can get out of here, because now I got to show you what else he said. And then we're going to go to Babylon. The Bible is a cold piece of work, man. You ain't got to believe KJ, but at least believe Yah. Believe Yahshua. I'm just reading. How many kings was it, KJ, that they was fighting against? Let's go see. Let's go see. Well, before I show you this, let me get this. Hold up. We're letting this Bible handle business today, boy. We ain't doing no plan. We ain't doing no plan. This is Deuteronomy chapter 1 and verse 7. And I want y'all to see what it said about the Amorites. Because see, the Bible mentioned the Amorites to Abraham more than all the other sons. He had his eye on them Amorites. I wonder why. I'm about to read it to you. Here you go. Deuteronomy chapter 1 verse 7. Why did you have your eyes on the Amorites so tough? This is Deuteronomy chapter 1 verse 7. Turn ye and take your journey and go to the mount of the Amorites and unto all the places nigh thereunto, in the plain and in the hills and in the vale and in the south and by the seaside, to the land of the Canaanites and unto Lebanon. Oh, unto the great river, the river Euphrates. Hold up, Lord. I got to show my brothers and sisters a map of this, so I can prove to them that the Amorites was dwelling east and west of the Jordan River, and they was actually dwelling in a territory that was going to be given to the Judites and Jerusalem, which became the city of David. Can you prove it, KJ? I think I can. I think I can. Let's go look at it right now, and then I'm going to move on. I just had to prove to you that the Amorites, they did a lot of damage. And boy, we kicking they behind and getting the land back, but we were stiff-necked. We didn't dispose of all the people, because we start mingling with the people, just hard-headed. Hard-headed, man. Here we go. Let me show y'all this map. Right here. What do y'all see? Oh my God, man. I cannot believe this map is showing me what this Bible just said. I can't believe this Bible is showing me what this map is telling me what this Bible just said. KJ, didn't you just say that the Amorites was dwelling east and west of the Jordan River? What y'all see right here? Do it not say Amorites? Yes, it do. On this side, do it not say Amorites? King Sihon? Yes, it do. Where's they dwelling at? The land that became the land of Judah, Simeon, and here go Jerusalem, which is called Jebus, right there. Come on, man, I can't make this up, y'all. Now y'all see why we fighting these 7 kings? Now you see why we went and got our land back? I thought we was on the continent, y'all. Do this look like the continent to y'all that we fighting on? I'm talking about the land of Ham. No, we're not in the land of Ham no more having all these battles. We went and got our land back, family. Yeah, that so-called Middle East that everybody hate. That's where we went and got our land back. Bag it up a little bit, KJ. Because he said all the way to Lebanon. Lebanon is all the way over here by Tyre and Sidon, by the Mediterranean Sea. Lebanon was a mountainous area. Like it surrounded by mountains. Guess what else? Down here in Judah and Jerusalem, we got some hills called the Judean Hills. And also it was mountains. So when he said in the plain and in the vale, he was talking about the area where you see the Amorites dwelling at right here. Here go Edom. I thought, didn't he say we passed Edom? We passed Moab and we passed the Ammonites. Come on, y'all. Here go Bashan. Here go Gilead. Make it make sense, man. Leave me alone. Too dangerous. KJ, you silly boy. I'm just showing y'all what the Bible say. So now y'all get to see with y'all eyes what the children of Canaan did. Because here go the Amorites, here go the Kenites, here go the Hittites, here go the Jebusites, here go the Perizzites, here go the Hivites, here go the Girgashites. These are all the children of Canaan, y'all. And we went and got our land back. And y'all want me to tell y'all, I can give you a scripture right now, which will be the biggest dagger of what a lot of people are saying. Y'all know what scripture it is? It is the scripture that say this. I took them not the way of the Philistines, even though that was the closest way to go. What y'all see right here? Bring it in, KJ. Philistines. Who was dwelling in Philistine, KJ? The Philistines. How many cities did they have, brother? 5 cities called Ashdod, Ashkelon, Gaza, and Gerar. And they had another one up here somewhere. And Gat. These are all cities of the Philistines. So when they came out of Egypt, the Lord say, I took them not the way of the Philistines, even though that was the closest way to go. He not lying to y'all. Look, if he would have took them this way coming out of Egypt, they would have been right here in the land. Y'all see that? Here go Philistia, which is Philistines. Here go Lachish. Here go Hebron. Here go Beersheba. Here go the Negev desert. He could have took them right there. But he say, I didn't take them that way, lest they see war and they get afraid and go back into Egypt. I thought they was already in Egypt. I thought they was in the land of Ham the whole time. I thought they never left the land of Ham. But why are they going to go back to the land of Ham if they already in the land of Ham? Make it make sense. I told you, I'm a logical person. I use critical thinking. I use my brains. So y'all see this with your own eyes. Let me bag it up a little bit. I got over 1,300 maps. A Gentile man looked out for me. He really did. The Most High touched his heart. He didn't charge me. He only charged me like, I think it was like $85. But then he gave me the rest of them for free. Over 1,300. I got so many maps, it's ridiculous. So I just wanted y'all to see this with y'all eyes, that the Amorites is dwelling here, in which became the land of Judah. KJ, just prove it to them. Now, let me bring it in one more time so y'all can see it. Y'all see what the Amorites said? Y'all see the Negev and Beersheba? This is what it's supposed to look like. Look. There y'all go. Who dwelling there now? Judah. They go Jebus, right? Jebus is Jerusalem. Here go the Philistines. Here go Judah. Here go Beersheba. Y'all see how this work? Now the children of Israel are dwelling in their own land. Look at this. Here go Reuben. Here go Gad. Here go Manasseh. Here go Zebulun. Here go Asher, Naphtali, Issachar, and Jezreel. Manasseh and Shechem, Shiloh, Ephraim, Dan, Benjamin. And here go Judah, where the Amorites was dwelling at when I just showed y'all, according to the scripture, that they was dwelling in the plains, in the valleys, in the mountains, everywhere. Land that didn't belong to them, y'all. So look, we got it back. And here you go. Here you go. Go look it up right now and put Jebus. Do it mean Jerusalem? Yes, it do. Which became the city of David. There y'all go. This our land, family. And you want me to tell you how all you got to do? Hold on, man. Whoa. Let me go back. Okay, there we go. Do a little jumping on me. Hold up. So there y'all go, family. This is our land in the time of the judges. Okay? This our land, family. And y'all remember, east of the Jordan River, you got Reuben, Gad, and Manasseh, right? And then west of the Jordan River, you got Manasseh, Ephraim, Benjamin, Dan, Issachar, Naphtali, Asher, Zebulun, and Simeon, and Judah. 12 tribes of Israel. And look who you got at the bottom, like the Bible say, we passed Edom, we passed Moab, we passed the Ammonites. We fought the Amorites right here, where Moses died on Mount Nebo. And then we went up here and fought a king by the king OG called Bashan. These battles took place here, family. And then once Moses died, they crossed over west of the Jordan River and went to Jericho, and they started throwing down, taking every city. So there y'all go. There y'all go. So now I can move on to Babylon now. Let's go to Babylon. I just had to show y'all that he was talking about the Amorites, and he did dispose them, just like he said. Okay? So now let's go, because we didn't prove all of that now. We can move on. Let's go to Daniel chapter 7, verse 1 through 7. And then I'm going to tell y'all when I'm going to skip down. I'm almost done already. I only got a few more scriptures already. Y'all told you. This is a little short list. Daniel chapter, I had to go through all that just to prove to y'all that the Bible is telling you not only where I land at, but where the battles happen at. And the battles did not happen in the land of Ham, which is the continent, what they call Africa. I call it the land of Ham. I don't believe in no land of Africa, because the Most High didn't call it the land of Africa. He called it the land of Ham, which is Ham's children. It's just that simple. Yep, absolutely. Facts. All right, Daniel chapter 7. And I only got I think 4 more scriptures after this. Daniel chapter 7. Because now we got to get to these beasts. Daniel chapter 7. And I'm going to pick it up at verse 1. But as I read this, I got to open up my screen again, because a picture speaks 1,000 words. Okay, here we go. Picture speak 1,000 words, family. So let me see what a beast said. Right here. Here we go. Okay, this is what I'm about to read. Daniel chapter 7 and verse 1 through 7. And it reads, in the first year of Belshazzar, king of Babylon, Daniel had a dream and visions of his head upon his bed. Then he wrote the dream and told the sum of the matter. Daniel spake and said, I saw in my vision by night, and behold, the 4 winds of heaven strove upon the great sea. The sea represent the people. And 4 great beasts came up from the sea, diverse one from another. The first was like a lion and had eagle's wings. And I beheld to the wings that was plucked. And it was lifted up from the earth and made to stand up on the feet as a man. And a man's heart was given to it. That's Nebuchadnezzar. And behold, another beast second like to a bear. and it raised up itself on one side, and it had 3 ribs in the mouth of it between the teeth of it. And they said thus unto it, arise and devour much flesh. This is Medes and the Persians. After this I beheld, and lo, another like a leopard, which had upon the back of it 4 wings of a fowl. The beast had also 4 heads, and dominion was given to it. And guess what, y'all? This the Greek Empire. Verse 7. After this, I saw in the night vision, and behold, a 4th beast, dreadful and terrible, and strong exceedingly. It had great iron teeth. It devour and break in pieces, and stamped the residue with the feet of it. And it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it. Jump down. This is what y'all looking at. Babylon, Medo-Persia, Greece, and Rome. And then the European Union, the feet of iron and clay. That's the European Union, the beast system. Along with Revelation 17, which is the mother of harlots, which is Vatican City. Knowledge. The mother of all harlots is the Roman Catholic Church. This Bible is a cold piece of work, boy. Can't tell me nothing about this book. It's a cold, oh man, it's a white man's book. Mute. Christ ain't coming back. Mute. Save yourself. Nigga, shut up. Mute. Talk too much. Jump down to verse 15 through 17. 15 through 17, and I read. And I, Daniel, was grieved in my spirit in the midst of my body, and the visions of my head troubled me. And I came near to one of them that stood by and asked him the truth of all this. So he told me and made me know the interpretation of the things. These great beasts, which are 4 kings, which shall arise out of the earth. But that's okay, that's verse 17. Jump down to verse 19. Verse 19. And it reads, then I would know the truth of the 4th beast. Daniel didn't care about Nebuchadnezzar. Daniel didn't care about the Medes and the Persians. Daniel didn't care about the Greeks. What y'all notice about Daniel? Man, he say, man, I want to know the truth about the 4th beast that was dreadful and terrible. Verse 19. Then I would know the truth of the 4th beast, which was diverse from all others, exceedingly dreadful, whose teeth were of iron, and his nails of brass, which devour, break in pieces, and stamp the residue with his feet. Go read about the Inquisition and what Rome did to the Hebrews. Go read about the Inquisition and read about what Rome did to the Hebrews. Then you're going to understand. Jump down to verse 23. Verse 23. Verse 23. And it reads, thus he said, the 4th beast. Nuh-uh, KJ. The 4th beast. That's Rome. The 4th beast. KJ, make it make sense. The 4th beast shall be the 4th kingdom upon earth, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, and shall tread it down and break it in pieces. Who is this, family? This is Rome. See, everybody think that Rome fell. No, they just transformed themselves. And America is a part of the beast system of the Roman Empire and also British Empire. She's a daughter of Rome and British, and she is a part of this beast system. And this filthy little woman, just like her mama, is a filthy little woman. And she gonna pay like her mama, which is Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots. And America is a part of this beast system. So do you see that Daniel wanted to know about the 4th beast? Daniel didn't care about no other beast. So I want to show you something, and I have to show you this before I continue. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 25, because guess what? He told Israel, you're going to Babylon for 70 years. And they did. I just read it to you. Daniel is in a Babylonian captivity, which lasted for 70 years, along with Ezekiel, along with Jeremiah, along with Zacharias, also with Ezekiel. Okay? They all was in the 70-year Babylonian captivity. But something happened, though. Let's go to Jeremiah 25, verse 1 through 12. And I have 4 more scriptures after this. Let's go to Jeremiah 25, verse 1 through 12. Jeremiah 25, verse 1 through 12, and it reads, the word that came to Jeremiah concerning all the people of Judah in the 4th year of Jehoiakim, the son of Josiah, king of Judah. That was the 1st year of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, the which Jeremiah the prophet spake unto the people of Judah, and to all the inhabitants of Jerusalem, saying, from the 13th year of Josiah, the son of Ammon, king of Judah, even unto this day, that is the 23rd year, the word of our Elohim have come unto me, and I have spoken unto you, rising early and speaking, but ye have not hearkened. That boy went to them 10 years straight. Verse 4, and the Elohim have sent unto you all his servants the prophets, rising early and sending them, but ye have not hearkened, nor incline your ears to hear. They say, turn ye away, now everyone from his evil way, and from the evil of your doing, and dwell in the land that the Lord have given unto you and to your fathers forever and ever, and go not after other gods to serve them, and to worship them, and provoke me to anger with the work of your hands, and I will do you no hurt. Yet ye have not hearkened unto me, said your Elohim, that ye might provoke me to anger with the work of your hand, to your own hurt. Therefore thus said the Elohim of hosts, because ye have not hearkened unto my words, behold, I will send and take all the families of the north, said the Elohim, and Nebuchadnezzar the king of Babylon, my servant, and will bring them against this land, and against the inhabitants thereof, and against all these nations round about, and will utterly destroy them, and make them an astonishment, and an hissing, and a perpetual death. What? Hold up, time out. A perpetual desolation. Nebuchadnezzar wasn't made no perpetual desolation. Nebuchadnezzar's son threw a party. He went crazy, started to worship the gods of cups of gold and silver and stuff like they was God. And all of a sudden, a hand came out of nowhere and said, many to kill you, Pharisee. Boy, your kingdom is weighed in the balance, and you've been found wanted. And that night he was slain. And then Darius took over. Oh, that wasn't no perpetual desolation. So y'all see how the words speak prophetically? You see how he talking about Nebuchadnezzar, but he said perpetual desolation. That went way beyond Nebuchadnezzar, because his kingdom wasn't made no perpetual desolation. This is called knowledge now. Keep going, KJ. Verse 10, moreover, I will take from them the voice of mirth, and the voice of the gladness, and the voice of the bridegroom, and the voice of the bride, the sound of the millstone, and the light of the candle. And this whole land should be a desolation and an astonishment. And these nations shall serve the king of Babylon 70 years. And it shall come to pass, when 70 years are accomplished, that I will punish the king of Babylon and that nation, said the Elohim, for their iniquity, and the land of the Chaldeans, and I will make it a perpetual desolation. Now, time out, KJ. He can't be talking about Nebuchadnezzar, Babylon, brother. So what Babylon is the Lord saying he gonna make a perpetual desolation? Because it wasn't Nebuchadnezzar's Babylon. It just went from Nebuchadnezzar to the Medes and the Persians, to the Greeks, and then to the Romans. But this king of Babylon, he say he gonna make it a perpetual desolation. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 1 through 3. And I got 3 more scriptures after this. Jeremiah 50. Y'all see this? This ain't, hold on. I'm sorry. Let me go back. Where is it? Right here. Where my money went? Oh man, they took my money off. I had a dollar bill on here. Let me see. Is it gone? Oh man, I gotta type it back in. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get this dollar bill for y'all. Okay, no, I said dollar. Come on, bro. Oh man, it took my dollar off, man. I was trying to show y'all the back of the dollar bill, because I'm about to show y'all something, man. Dang, boy. Something always happening, man. Hold on, family. Let me just go back to my stuff, man. Dang, it took my money off. It really took it off too, man. Jesus. Dang, man. I don't need this. I'll come back to it, man. Dang, man. Dang. Took my money off, man. Let's go to Jeremiah 50. Dang. I was trying to show y'all the back of a dollar bill because I'm going to show you that there was a poet, a man who was a poet in the Roman Empire. His name was Virgil Works. His name was Virgil. And that's where they got that quote from called Novos Ordo Seclorum, which means New World Order for the ages. And all this stuff come from Rome. That's why I'm telling y'all, America is nothing but an extension of Rome. America is nothing but an extension of the British Empire. America is a daughter of Babylon. Mystery Babylon the Great. America is her daughter. Rome had a senate. America got a senate. They had governors. America got governors. Come on, man. The only difference is that Rome had emperors. That's different than a president, because a president can only serve for a certain amount of a term, not an emperor. Not an emperor. So that's the difference. But the setup is the same. America is nothing but a daughter of the beast system, family. Let's go to Jeremiah 50 and verse 1 through 3. I got to find my dollar bill. Got to find my dollar bill, man. Just so I can read it. Jeremiah 50 verse 1 through 3. The word of the Elohim spake against Babylon and against the land of the Chaldeans by Jeremiah the prophet, that cry ye among the nations, and publish, and set up a standard. Publish and conceal. Say Babylon is taken, Baal is confounded, Merodach is broken in pieces, her idols are confounded, her image are broken in pieces. For out of the north, read that again, KJ. For out of the north, there coming up a nation against her. A nation from the north did not come up against Nebuchadnezzar. That's how y'all know he not talking about Nebuchadnezzar or Babylon. Who is the nation coming from the north? Let me see. Let's see this. Who is the nation coming from the north? Here y'all go. Russia. Russia. Russia is the nation coming from the north, family, with all his allies. Russia is the nation coming from the north that's going to fight against Mystery Babylon and the European Union. They're going to have armies. Did y'all know that the European Union trying to look for a 10-nation confederate? Just like the Bible say 10 toes, 10 crowns on their head, they trying to find a 10-nation army to fight against who? Russia and his allies. This is called the Battle of World War III. This the battle when they go to Jehoshaphat. This the battle of decision when the Lord gonna intervene while they fighting each other. An army that is 200,000, meaning 200 million man army. You ain't never seen an army this big. So the nation coming out of the north is Russia. And Russia did not fight against Nebuchadnezzar or Babylon coming from the north. So what Babylon is he talking about? He talking about the future Babylon. Revelation 17 and 13 and 18. That's Babylon. So y'all see how when we read in the scriptures, you have to really read it and study it so you can see, oh, he went all the way down the line from Nebuchadnezzar. He talking about the Babylon in the future now, because Nebuchadnezzar, Babylon, wasn't made a perpetual desolation at all. So there y'all go. Now, this is talking about Nebuchadnezzar, Babylon. Verse 3, For out of the north there coming up a nation against her, which shall make her land desolate, and none shall dwell therein. They should remove, they should depart, both man and beast. Jump down to verse 8 and 9. Verse 8 and 9. And it reads, remove out of the midst of Babylon, and go forth out of the land of the Chaldeans, and be as the goats before the flocks. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations. Read that again, KJ. An assembly of great nations from the north country. And they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she should be taken. Their arrows should be as of a mighty expert man. None should return in vain. And what are arrows today? Missiles, bombs. Boom. This Bible is a cold piece of work. Cold piece of work. Let's go to Revelation chapter 17, verse 1 through 9, because now I got to show y'all this. Let's go to Revelation chapter 17, verse 9. And I got two more scriptures after this, family. Two more scriptures after this. Revelation 17, verse 1 through 9. So anytime y'all reading about Babylon, as soon as you get to Jeremiah 25, it is not talking about Nebuchadnezzar or Babylon, family. So your mind got to go to the future Babylon, which is in Revelation 17, 13, and 18. Because that's what he's going to make a perpetual desolation. He did not do that to Nebuchadnezzar. Not at all. Not at all, family. So this is Revelation 17 and verse 1 through 9. And it reads, and there came one of the seven angels which had the seven vials and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither, and I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sit upon many waters. The waters represent the people, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. What you've been made drunk with? Her false doctrine. Verse 3, so he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit up on a scarlet colored beast full of name of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. Where we get the 7 heads and 10 horns from? Here y'all go. If y'all want me to send this to y'all, I will. This is where they get the 7 heads from. Now, when I read the book of Daniel, it talk about these 10 that shall rise. If you do some history and fact checking, you will find out that 10 of them did rise. And they all try to revive that old Roman Empire. The first one, his name was Herlians. The number 2 was the Vandals. Number 3 was the Archigots. Now, the Bible say that 3 of them was plucked up by the roots. Which 3 was plucked up by the roots? The Herlians, the Vandals, and the Archigots were plucked up by the root. This is documented history, man. You can go look this up, and it's going to tell you the 3 that was plucked up by the roots in the book of Daniel, chapter 7, was the Herlians, the Vandals, and the Archigots, which left how many? 7. It left 7. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, who is number 4? Justinian. Number 5, Charlemagne. Number 6, Otto. Number 7, Charles V. Number 8, Napoleon Bonaparte. Number 9, Berto Mussolini. And number 10, that beast system that we're waiting on right now. Revelation 13. These men tried to revive the Roman Empire and they all failed. They did not get it back to its former glory. Berto Mussolini was the last one that really tried to do it. And he didn't get it back to its former glory. So these are what I read about in the book of Daniel. These people in history. These are the 10. But it would have been 10, but y'all remember 3 of them was plucked up by the roots, which left 7 heads and 10 horns. Let's go back. Verse 3 again of Revelation 17, verse 3. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit up on a scarlet-colored beast full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet colors. Hold on, KJ. They keep talking about it's only America, but America don't dress like this right here. Where is that, brother? Oh, look at Vatican City. Look at the Roman Catholic Church in their purple and their scarlet colors. Look at that woman riding the beast, KJ, with her scarlet and purple colors, just like the Roman Catholic Church. Make it make sense, man. It said a scarlet color beast. That's Rome, Vatican City. They wear scarlet and purple. Verse 4, and the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet colors, decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand. What the Pope had right there in his hand? A golden cup. Keep going, KJ. In her hand full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. And upon her forehead, and upon her forehead, what do Vatican City call themselves, KJ? The Mother Church. The Mother Church. Because she says she a wife of the Lord. The Lord said, you a harlot. You ain't my wife, you fornicator. Verse 5, and upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. Why is she abominable? Because she speak against the Lord. She got false doctrine. She lied and said that the Lord died on Friday and rose Easter Sunday morning. She changed the Shabbat, gave you Sunday worship. They also gave you December the 25th, that the Lord was born on December the 25th. Rome give you all your false doctrine. Rome give you all your religion. I'm not no Catholic, KJ. If you got the doctrine of Rome, you is a Baptist Catholic, Pentecostal Catholic, Seventh-day Adventist Catholic, Jehovah's Witness Catholic. You a Catholic, boy. And ma'am, Mrs., you Catholic too. We all didn't fall in the doctrines of Rome. I was brainwashed. You was brainwashed. We all was brainwashed and drunk of the wine of our fornication, which is lies and deception and false doctrine. Verse 6, and I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints, with the blood of the martyrs of Yahshua. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. And the angel said unto me, wherefore didst thou marvel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman and of the beast that carried her, which had the 7 heads and 10 horns. The beast that thou sawest was back in the day in the book of Daniel, and is not, because we waiting on the beast system to be revealed, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit and go into perdition, go into destruction. And they that dwell upon the earth shall wonder, whose names are not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast that was, and is not, and yet is, because we waiting on it to be revealed. Verse 9, and here's the mind which had wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains on which the woman sitteth. Hold on, KJ. Do you have that documentation? I think I do. Oh, the 7 hills of Rome. Oh my God. No, you didn't just pull that out, KJ, acting like you know something. I don't know anything, but the Lord do. I don't know anything, but Yahshua do. I don't know nothing. I'm just reading. Here go the 7 hills of Rome, family. Here y'all go right here, the 7 hills of Rome. KJ, can you prove that a little further? Because just because you showing a picture don't mean you got some documentation that can prove it. I think I do. This is from our book called The Pictorial History of the Italian People, page 227. Let me say it again. Pictorial History of the Italian People, page 227. And let's see what it say. It say Rome is built on 7 hills. Boy, you better stop. Stop playing, KJ. You just showed a picture that it say the 7 hills of Rome. So now you're going to pull out the history. What they telling on themselves too? Yes, I am. Rome is built on 7 hills. In 1929, Vatican City became an independent state inside a state, Rome. It sits in the center of Italy and it's the headquarters of the Roman Catholic Church. Its king is the Bishop of Rome, the little horn. Its king is the Bishop of Rome, the little horn. Its king is the Bishop of Rome, the little horn. And all rulers have to go to him and kiss his ring to be accepted. He is the abomination of desolation. I can close the book. I'm done. This is in a history book called The Pictorial History of the Italian People, and they telling on themselves. Let's go to Revelation 13. Because now I got to show you the other beast system. Well, I don't know what happened to all my pictures, boy. This is crazy. Let me see, man. Hold on. This is crazy, boy. Let me see. Beast. I got to put beast in. Image of the beast. Okay, here we go. Bam. Okay, now I can read this to y'all because I got the picture. Now let's go to Revelation 13. Revelation 13. And I got one more scripture after this. One more scripture after this. Revelation 13 and verse 1 through 3. Then I'm going to tell y'all when I'm going to skip down. Revelation 13 verse 1 through 3. Then I'm going to tell y'all when I'm going to skip down. It say, and I stood upon the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his head the name of blasphemy. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, that's the Greek empire. And his feet was the feet of a bear, that's the Medo-Persian empire. And his mouth is the mouth of a lion, that's that Nebuchadnezzar empire. And the dragon, y'all remember, the fourth beast was so terrible. There was no animal he can describe it to. So he just called it a terrible beast. It say, and the dragon gave him his power, his seat, and great authority. Who did he get his power to? It say his seat. He gave him great power and great authority. Verse 3, and I saw one of his head as it was wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. When did this happen, KJ? Because look at the beast. There y'all go. This the beast. This the beast right here. So let me see. When did this happen? Because it say the deadly wound. They took a deadly blow. Let me see. I got to find this. Man, what is going on, bro? Hold on. Let me see. Right here. Okay. It says the invasion by the barbarian tribes. When did Rome take a deadly blow? Let's see, family. It says the most straightforward theory for Western Roman collapse pinned the fall of a string of military losses, sustained against outside forces. Rome had tangled with Germanic tribes for centuries, but by the 300s, barbarian groups like the Goths, y'all remember, the Ostrogoths, had encroached beyond the empire's borders. The Roman withered a Germanic uprising in the late 4th century, but in 410, the Visigoths, King Alaric successfully sacked the city of Rome. The empire spent the next several decades under constant threats before the Eternal City was raided again in 455. This time by the Vandals. Y'all remember the Vandals was one of the ones that was plucked up by the roots. It say finally in 476, the Germanic leader Odessa staged a revolt and deposed the emperor Roman Augustulus. From then on, no Roman emperor would ever again rule from a post in Italy, leading many to cite 476 as the year that the Western Empire suffered its death blow. Just like the Bible just said, the deadly wound was healed. So in 476 is when Rome took the death blow, but the Bible just said the deadly wound was healed. How was it healed? Through the mystery Babylon beast system. And that's where we at today. In the time of the fourth beast, in the time of the 10 toes, when Yahshua is going to set up a kingdom in the days of these kings. Knowledge. Jump down to verse 11 through 18. 11 through 18. And it reads, and I beheld another beast coming out of the earth. And he had two horns like a lamb, but he spake as a dragon. This the false prophet. That's why it's a mystery. Everybody think the Pope is the holiest man on earth. That's why it's a mystery. It has not been yet revealed to you. This man wicked as I don't know what. Verse 12. And he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, and caused the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast shall be killed. And he caused it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, say he have the mark, or the number of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him who have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Now I have to ask a good question. Do y'all believe that 666 only came around in Revelations chapter 13? Your brother K. Judah about to show you that in the time of Nebuchadnezzar, 666 was already in effect when he made the image that he wanted every nation, tongue, and people to bow down before his image. It's the same thing we're reading about in Revelation chapter 13. So did 666 just come around in Revelation 13? Or can KJ find it when Nebuchadnezzar wanted them to build a statue to make every nation, people, and tongue bow before his image? Watch this. Let's go to the book of Daniel. The book of Daniel. And I'm finna give y'all the chapter right now. I'm going to chapter 3. Daniel's chapter 3. Okay. I forgot to write it down. Y'all bear with me. Okay. Daniel's chapter 3. And we go on verse 1 to 5. Okay. Y'all ready? And I got one more scripture after this. Let's go to Daniel chapter 3, verse 1 through 5. Watch this, family. Let me show the image so y'all can see what I did with it. There you go. Y'all see that? Hold on, let me back it up a little bit. Okay, there we go. Okay. Daniel chapter 3 and verse 1 through 5. Nebuchadnezzar the king made an image of gold whose height was 60 cubits, which is 60, and the breadth thereof 6 cubits. And he set it up in the plain of Dur in the province of Babylon. So far we got 66, right, y'all? The height was 60, the breadth was 6. Okay, let me keep going. Verse 2. Then Nebuchadnezzar the king sent to gather together the princes, the governors, and the captains, and the judges, and the treasurers, the counselors, and the sheriffs, and all the rulers of the province, to come to the dedication of the image which Nebuchadnezzar the king has set up. Then the princes, the governors, and the captains, the judges, the treasurers, the counselors, and the sheriffs, and all the rulers of the province were gathered together unto the dedication of the image that Nebuchadnezzar the king has set up. And they stood before the image that Nebuchadnezzar has set up. Then I heard cried aloud, to you it is commanded, O people, nations, and languages, that at what time you hear the sound of the cornet, 1. Flute, 2. Harp, 3. Sackbut, 4. Sorcery, 5. And dulcimer, 6. And all kind of music. You fall down and worship the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king has set up. What do you see on the screen? The height was 60. The breadth was 6. And it has 6 instruments of music. 666. Knowledge. There y'all go. 666 been around for a long time, family. The height was 60. The breadth is 6. And he got 6 instruments of music. You got a cornet, 1. A flute, 2. A harp, 3. Sackbut, 4. Sorcery, 5. Dulcimer, 6. 6, 6, 6. Knowledge. Let's go to the last scripture. And this will be last. Let's go to the last scripture, and this will be last. Revelations 19, verse 11 through 20. Because after this beast system ruled for 3.5 years, here come your king, Yahshua HaMashiach. He will be revealed immediately after the tribulation of those days. The book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 29 to 31 tell you that immediately after the tribulation, then Yahshua going to be revealed. So he's going to let this beast system rule for 3.5 years. And then after the 3.5 years of great tribulation, when his beast system is ruling, he's going to come and Yahshua is going to fight in the battle of Armageddon. He's going to take all nations down. He's going to kill from one end of the earth to the other. And they talking about sweet Jesus coming back. Mute. Be quiet. You're just saying anything. Mute. I'm gonna mute you. Be quiet. Revelations chapter 19 and verse 11 through 20. I can get out of here now. We done showed everything. We done proved everything. We done bagged it up with the scriptures. I done bagged it up with images. I done bagged it up with maps. I done bagged it up. An empire cannot receive a death blow. Okay, that's your words. I'm going by what the book say. Everybody always got something to say, boy. It said that Rome took a death blow. He talking about an emperor. Boy, I tell you, boy, people just say anything. I'm telling y'all. Did it say Rome, family? It say Rome took a death blow, right? Oh, help me, Lord. Let's go to the last scripture, man. Woo! This boy said the Antichrist took a death blow, and the Antichrist haven't even been revealed yet. And this happened in 476 AD, and this dude talking about the Antichrist. Man, please stop, bro. There's many Antichrists. We waiting on the man of sin to be revealed. Revelation chapter 19, and this will be last, family. Revelation 19, and we're going to pick it up at verse 11 through 20. And it reads, and I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness he do judge and make war. His eyes was as a flame of fire, and on his head was many crowns, and he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. That's why I don't get caught up on names. And he was clothed in a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of Elohim. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword. Hebrews chapter 4 verse 12 say the word is a double-edged sword. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations, and he should rule them with a rod of iron. And he treaded the winepress and fierceness of the wrath of Almighty Elohim. And he had upon his vest and upon his thigh a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. And I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls that fly in the midst of the heavens, come and gather yourselves together unto the supper of the great God, that ye may eat the flesh of kings, and the flesh of captains, and the flesh of mighty men, and the flesh of horses, and the flesh of them that sit on them, and the flesh of all men, both free and bond, both small and great. And I saw the beasts and the kings of the earth, and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat upon the horse, and against his army. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet, that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that have received the mark of the beast, and them that worship his image. These both, no one man, KJ. These both, just one person, KJ. These both was cast alive into the lake of fire, burning with brimstones. Knowledge. That's the lesson, family. I pray somebody got some understanding. As you see that from Egypt to Egypt, no, I forgot something. My bad. I can't leave without showing y'all this. Thank you, Most High, y'all. Thank you, Yahshua. I gotta show y'all this. Hold up. I can't go nowhere. I gotta show y'all. Now, when I named this from Egypt of Egypt, America is nothing but spiritual Egypt. Okay? America is nothing but a daughter of Babylon, who also have us in captivity and have done us just like the other nations. The only thing about America is America then went way beyond. She forwarded the affliction so much that now she got a debt to pay. She showed us no mercy. America never showed us no mercy. Okay? And it's been like that for over 400 years, where we have only received affliction after affliction after affliction. They have never stopped to show mercy. So now they got a debt to pay. Just like Babylon had a debt to pay. Just like Medo-Persian had a debt to pay. Just like Greeks had a debt to pay. And just like Rome have a debt to pay. And guess what? Rome never failed, y'all. They just transformed themselves into a major beast system, which is called the European Union. All you got to go do is read the treaties of Rome. Guess who is head at the table? The Bishop of Rome, which is the Pope. Which is the Pope. He's the king of the earth. They bow down to this man. They call this man Holy Father. They confess their sins to this man. Okay, here we go. Before I go, I have to show y'all this. Please, man, let me find this. I got to find this dollar bill because it's going to make sense when I read it. Let me see. Dang. Come on, KJ. Think of what you named it, brother. What did you name the dollar bill? Hold on, family. Hold up. I'm about to find it right now. Y'all just bear with me, please. I can't leave without showing y'all this. I gotta show y'all this money because it's gonna make sense what I'm about to show y'all. Okay, we got Israel, Canaan. Okay, let me keep going. Okay, where's the dollar bill? Okay, let me see. Image of the beast, Canaanite, from Babylon to America. Scriptures. Is this it right here? Let me see. Okay, look. I'll show it from this. Because I got the back of the dollar bill on this little slide that I made. Now, we know that on the back of a dollar bill, it say Novos Ordo Seclorum, right? Which is a Latin phrase. Let me read this to y'all, man. This ain't nothing but spiritual Egypt, y'all. That's why they got that pyramid on the back of a dollar bill. Now, listen to this. It says, Novos Ordo Seclorum is a Latin phrase meaning a new order of the ages. It appears on the back of the United States dollar bill as part of the Great Seal of the United States, signifying the beginning of a new America era with the signing of the Declaration of Independence. The phrase is a reference to the Roman poet Virgil works, which marks a transition to a new age. What are they trying to do right now, y'all? There y'all go. And this is on the back of a dollar bill. We spend the money, but we never take time out to look up this phrase, Novos Ordo Seclorum, which is a new order for the ages. And that's exactly what they're trying to do right now, y'all. They're trying to get a new, a one world government, one world currency, and they trying to create a new world order for the ages. And where they get this phrase from, KJ? A Roman poet. What do America look like, KJ? It look just like Rome. There y'all go. That's the lesson, family. I pray somebody got some understanding. From Egypt to Egypt, and from Nebuchadnezzar Babylon to Mystery Babylon to the beast system. And the beast system is Revelation 17, Revelation 13, and Revelation 18. That's why the Bible say Mystery Babylon the Great is falling. And America is a part of that Mystery Babylon, and she gonna fall. European Union gonna fall. Rome gonna fall. The Pope gonna get dealt with. The man that's going to be over the European Union as a temporary leader going to get dealt with. And these both was cast alive into a lake of fire, burning with brimstones. Once Yahshua make his return in the battle Armageddon, and he going to cast these two men in the lake of fire alive. They won't even have to stand in judgment. They was that terrible. And that's how this thing going to end. And the kingdoms of this world will become the kingdoms of our Elohim and his Christ, which is the Son of God. Knowledge. That's it, family. Pray somebody got some understanding. Your brother, yes. Yes. Esau dwelt in Mount Seir. But the Horites was dwelling there before Esau. And then the Most High gave it to Esau, who took it from the Horites. And then the Nabateans came and disposed Esau out of his land. And then Esau moved to the southern part of Judah's land, and he took our land. I'm telling y'all, boy, this Bible is a cold piece of work, bro. That's all I can tell y'all. This Bible is a true book, man. Go look up, man. Hold up, bro. Because my sister just put that in there, and she on point. And I just want to show this, man. I'm telling you, this Bible is a cold piece of work, man. I just love teaching our people, because the Bible is a true book. Only if our people can see it. See, I can't force you to see it. I can only read it. You have to see it. Let me see. I also got this in book form. It's one of my books called the Encyclopedia of I can't even say the word right now. I'm gonna mess the word up. What's the name of my encyclopedia? Esophagus or something like that. But let me read this for my sister. And I'm gonna get out of here after this. No. Edom and Esau is used interchangeable, my sister. Yeah, Esau and Edom is the same. Just like Bozrah, just like Idumea is all Esau. What you call them, Edom, Esau, Idumea, or Bozrah, or Teman. It's all talking about Edom. But I just wanted to read this to y'all, but I got this in book form. But let me just read this, because it came out of my mouth, so I got to bag it up. If it didn't come out of my mouth, I wouldn't even read it. But I got to bag it up because it came out of my mouth. Now, I told y'all that there was a group called the Nabateans, right? Let me read this to y'all so y'all can see it for yourself. Okay, I'm about to read it right now. Y'all just bear with me. Right here. Okay, here it go. Let me bring this in. Okay, it said the Nabateans are believed to have driven out the Edomites, also known as the Idumeans, from parts of their territory around 312 BC. But the details are a bit murky and debatable among historians. Here are the general picture. By the 6th century BC, the Edomites had already been displaced from their traditional territory in southern Jordan and moved into the southern part of Judah, what became known as Idumea. The Nabateans and an Arab nomadic tribe gradually moved into the area once occupied by the Edomites. Now, I got this in book form with the source. It's just that I don't feel like looking for it right now, but I showed it in previous lives from an encyclopedia that I have. So the point that I read this for is now y'all understand why the Most High said, Edom, you should not have moved into my land in the day of your brother calamity. How did Esau get into our land? Because the Nabateans drove Esau out of his land into the southern part of Judah. Knowledge. And there you go. There you go, man. Go look up the Nabateans, family, when y'all get, man, boy, I wish I can find my book. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I got so much documentation, man, that I be have to like, but the good thing about it is I got everything named in order and by name, so it's easy for me to find, because I got OCD. I can't have stuff all over the place on me. Everything have to be in decency and in order for the Lord. We got to give our Elohim the best. So I'm going to give him the best of myself, the best of his word, and the best of my spirit, to the Son Yahshua and to the Father. But I'm telling y'all, if you go read about the Nabateans, they are the ones who drove Esau to the southern part of Judah. How y'all think Esau got into our land? Because he was driven out of his homeland. How you know that, KJ? Because the Lord told Esau, since you have not hated blood, blood gonna pursue you, and I'm gonna lay your mountains waste. Esau was driven out of his homeland. What's up, Elder Bro Tim? One of the coldest elders teaching on YouTube, who inspired his young brother K. Judah to continue to do great works. Big salute to my elder, Elder Bro Tim, in the building. Big salute, elder. Been dropping powerful videos. But my elder also gave me some words of wisdom too. He told me, KJ, you going deep down that rabbit hole. Be careful. And I salute him for that. Because there's certain things that we do have to be careful about when we talk about on these platforms. Because I sent Elder Bro Tim something that was very deep. But I guarantee you, if I was to show that on YouTube, they'll take my channel down. So I'm not going to show it on YouTube. But I shared it with the elder. And I know I couldn't show that on YouTube. They'll take me down. I already know it. So big salute to Elder Bro Tim, all the great work that the Most High having my elder do, Elder Bro Tim, Elder Barawak, Elder Yashiyah. And I just salute my elders, man. And they inspired me to continue to do what I'm doing through the spirit of the Most High and in faith in Yahshua. So all the Israelites worldwide continue to do great works, but do it to the best of your ability and give the Most High the best. Don't give him no mess. Don't give him no half of you. Give him all of you. He deserve all. So we got to give all. The next time y'all see me, I have my book, the encyclopedia that I have, and I'm going to show you from the book about the Nabateans, and it's going to say the same thing that I just read, that they are the ones who drove Esau out of his land to the southern part of Judah. And this is documented history. How y'all think Edom got into our land, family? Because remember, Elder Bro Tim had to tell somebody when he was doing his video, they thought the Jordan River is the same as what they call Jordan today. No, man, you got the Jordan River. That's what we were talking about, that Israel had to cross over from the east to the west. Esau was dwelling to the southernmost part of Judah's land, over there by Moabites and the Ammonites. See what I'm saying? So Edom, when he came from the southernmost parts of Judah land, when they drove him out, he moved into Judah's territory. And once we went down to Babylon, who y'all think helped Babylon take us down? Esau. Who y'all think helped destroy the temple? Esau. All you got to do is read Psalms 137. He gonna tell you what Esau did. He said you was just like one of them. Talking about raise it, meaning destroy it to the foundation thereof. So that's it for me, y'all. I love y'all with the pure heart. Thank y'all for y'all. I mean, I get so excited from y'all. Don't understand. When I put a lesson together, I be in here like a little kid. I really be jumping up and down and just thanking the Most High for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, just praising this man. Because I was once lost and now I'm found. I was once deceived, but now I know the truth. I was blind, but the veil has been lifted. And I would never go back to being deceived again. And that's why Elder Bro Tim study hard. That's why Elder Barawak study hard. That's why Elder Yashia studied hard. That's why my brother Timothy Jacob studied hard. That's why Yaquaba studied hard. We all study for the edification of our people and all true believers worldwide. So with that being said, y'all, I'll leave y'all with this new song that we created. I say peace and blessings and early Shabbat Shalom to this mighty nation of Israel and the apple of Yah's eye. Thank y'all for y'all participation. I love y'all with the pure heart. Big salute.
Yeah. Yeah. A whisper fell through the quiet sky, a promise made in days gone by. Stars lean low to watch it unfold. A tale as ancient as it is bold. The virgin birth of Yeshua, a light in the dark, hallelujah. The world stood still, heaven sang, and then sang in his name. Hope began. Oh, stable small, no crown to wear, yet love was born beyond compare. The oxen knelt, the shepherds came, he changed the world without a name. Angels filled the midnight air, glory shouted everywhere. Oh, the virgin birth of Yeshua, a light in the dark, hallelujah. The world stood still, heaven sang in his name.
Shalom to my beloved sister, the Ark of 007. Eve ate the fruit of lies. Amina Coleman, Namaria, August Dreams, Monster Moshe, and Abisi, and all my other brothers and sisters in the chat, the mighty nation of Israel. I'm out of here, family. I'm about to exit the building like Elvis. Like I said before, enjoy y'all Shabbat. Well, early Shabbat Shalom to y'all. Like I said before, make sure y'all subscribe to Elder Bros Tim channel. Make sure y'all subscribe to the Nazarene Hebrew Institute of Technology. If y'all want some, I'm talking about unadulterated truth. These are the main two channels that I recommend. I'm going to say it again. If you want unadulterated truth, subscribe to Elder Bro Tim and subscribe to the Nazarene Hebrew Institute of Technology. And you are going to receive unadulterated truth. Not one lie is going to come out of these men's mouth. They're going to give you unadulterated truth. And I know a lot of y'all want the unadulterated truth. So, like I said before, family, many blessings to y'all. And in the words of my beloved sister August Dreams, thank y'all for coming to the Lion's Den with your brother K. Judah, the CUC family. I also subscribe to Sister Eve's channel. Eve ate the fruit of lies, but she changed it. Man, I forgot the name. What is Eve channel name? Oracle. Is it the Eve Way Truth Speaks? Yes. The Eve Way Truth Speaks. Make sure y'all support my sister, who also be dropping fire content. So in the words of my beloved sister August Dreams, thank y'all for coming to the Lion's Den with your brother K. Judah, the CUC family, the Nazarene Hebrew Institute of Technology, and big salute to my brother Short Sham. Let's get it. And your brother K. Judah gonna leave you with these words of encouragement.
If you love Yahshua, walk in his footsteps. He created all things by the spirit of his breath. He showed us the narrow path that leads to life. He hath showed us how to worship the Father, the Spirit of all life.
And your brother K. Judah, Mr. Michael Jackson bad with the scriptures, wanna say, Shalom to the mighty nation of Israel, and look up, for your king is coming. Salute, family. Hallelujah.